What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again with a brand new game called Phantom Gate: The Last Valkyrie. I want to give a huge shout out to Netmarble, the developers of this game who are sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to showcase this to my community, and thank you so much for supporting our channel. Without further ado, let's get right into it here. Phantom Gate, what is it? What is so unique about it? So this game blends two different video genres. We got the 2D platforming type, and then of course we have the turn-based RPG. These are two different types of genres that I'm definitely a big fan of and what I essentially grew up with as I've been playing games for now, what, 15-20 years now. So we're going to be jumping right into the gameplay, talk about just a little bit of an overview on the game per se, and then we'll look at all these buildings and see some of the cool things that you can do. Okay, so as the story unfolds, we find out that Astrid, who is the daughter of a Valkyrie named Renata, is currently in a war versus Thor. And as you guys can see, the battle is pretty intense, so a decision has to be made. Renata needs to try to save herself so she can thereby get Astrid out of harm's way. Now, even though she was able to save Astrid, unfortunately her mother was captured, and now Astrid's goal is to rescue her mother by taking down Odin and the rest of the gods that she will encounter along the way. Before we dive into some gameplay, let's go ahead and take a look at my current party that we have set up that I've been basically using in order to take on the first three stages of this game. If you take a look at the top left corner, you will see the edit party button on the left. And once you click that, it will showcase you your current setup here, one of 5 choices that you will be able to use. Now, the 3 units that you are seeing right now are the 3 that you're going to be starting out with. We have Astrid, our hero, our main hero on the left. She's our attacker. We have the Warbear, who was our tank. And then, of course, we have Mini Ming, that little cat over there that is our current healer in our setup here. So it looks like we can utilize 4 units in our team, but we have to go ahead and clear stage 1-4, which is currently what I'm working on. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it here. Once we get to the adventure screen, we got the different types of chapters that we're going to be taking on. We're still working on chapter 1, so we'll go ahead and work our way here. So here we are on the first stage of Birch Forest. Let's take a look at the UI before we get going. As you guys can see, I have the control pad on the left so I can move Astrid along. This is the actual platform version of the game, so we're going to be able to move her around, jump if need be, and go ahead and work our way throughout the stage. If you take a look at the bottom, you will see 3 different icons indicating a spot to put in Phantom Gate fragments. Once we've collected these 3 fragments, we're going to be able to essentially leave the stage and go ahead and take on the boss of the stage. So let's go ahead and move on in. The Petalin Hare is our quest giver here, so we're going to be taking a quest. We got to watch out for these obstacles as you would generally deal with in a platform type of game. So I'm just going to go ahead and collect all these fragments here and see if I can find myself this lever. As you can see, this monster that we have to take on, the Leafy Mole, actually has the lever we're looking for, so we're going to take him on and see the first part of this combat system here. So as you guys can see, I got a hero's mobility meter by 50%. This was basically allowed to me because I attacked the monster while he was looking away. If you can jump on him and ambush him, essentially you're going to be able to get a jump, a little bit of a boost for your team once you get started in the match. Now, taking a look up top, that's going to be our turn bar meter. You are going to be able to see who exactly is going to be going basically in order here. So one of the things that you see generally in turn-based RPGs is that everyone has some kind of attack bar, but you're not essentially sure who's going to get the next turn, maybe if their attack bar meter is super close here. So this does a really exceptional job of showcasing that up top. If you look at the top right, it gives you a small diagram of how the elemental tree works. As you can see, green is strong against yellow, yellow is strong against blue, blue is strong against red, and red is strong against green. So we currently have 3 different elements on our team, so there's going to be a little bit of an advantage if I attack specific units. I'm currently set up with Astrid to go first, and if I hit the Guardian Weasler, you can see a little indicator on the right side basically stating that I'm going to have 130% damage there, so I'm going to be able to do extra damage towards this unit because of the fact that I have elemental advantage here. So we have a specific amount of HP and mana. As you can see on Astrid's screen, we have the red bar with the HP and then of course the mana right below her. We're going to use her main skill, which is an AoE attack called Valkyrie's Blade. Obviously as the fight starts out, with the fact that we have multiple units here, it just makes sense to go ahead and use an AoE to go ahead and do a pretty good amount of damage. Next up, we have our Warbear. So given the fact that it is a tank, I'm going to go ahead and use his AoE taunt and try to see if we can lock all these units down. My goal is to essentially have the them taunted so they don't take any of my healer or my damage dealer takes any damage. One of the cool things that you guys just saw here is this buff that dropped from the actual turn bar meter, and basically it essentially gives us buffs or debuffs that we could thereby use on our heroes, on our units, or on our opponents if they are debuffs or whatnot. So I'm going to take this mobility meter and put it on Astrid. She scales off of attack, and she also does some exceptional damage, so I'm looking to go ahead and use her and provide as much damage as possible. Mini Ming, who you start out with, is actually a support based unit. He has an AoE heal alongside a single target heal. The AoE heal is actually a heal over time, and then you have a direct heal with the second skill. One of the cool things that I took note on is all of these skills are actually based on attack. So even though this unit is essentially a support based monster, you're still going to be able to take advantage of those attack buffs that you're going to be able to obtain if you want to make his heal a little bit more valuable. So since we received a little bit of damage on the Warbear, I'm going to use his skill to go ahead and place on the Warbear, trying to keep him at bay since we got a couple of these units taunted. And then we'll go ahead and target this Guardian, Weasler, so we can go ahead and take him out since she has the attack buff. Now, I think I want to go ahead and attack that damage dealer in the back. Looks like that is the Nepenthes. So let's go ahead, since we have the Astrid going up, I'm going to go ahead and put the attack buff on her and use her yet again to go ahead and take out this unit. Even though it is the first skill, again, she is a damage dealer, so she's going to be able to do a ton of damage to take out some of these monsters really quick. Now, all that is left is the Leafy Mole, so I'm just going to use my regular attack and see if we could just take him out without taking too much damage here. Overall, though, I definitely like the setup. I want to give a big shout out to them as they did an exceptional job with managing the turn bar function, again, allowing us to know exactly who is going to be moving so that we can plan our buffs and debuffs accordingly in order to take down each specific stage. So we're back at the forest. Now we got the switch lever that we can go ahead and use. Once we are sitting above the icon, our button essentially turns into an action button that allows us to go ahead and put in the switch lever here. So I'm going to have to wait for this platform to come up and make my way on through, collect all these fragments here, and it looks like we're going to have a quest in order to get a key. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a quest or it looks like, let's find out here. Yeah, we're going to need a secret key, so we're going to find our way throughout the map here. If I actually lets me move here, let's go ahead and jump and wait for this platform so we can move on up. I'm guessing that if you take a look on the top, there are some fragments there that I'm going to have to collect, so maybe we go around this way. Yeah, it looks like we do. So let's go ahead and turn this on if we can. There we go. And I want to go ahead and move on over here so I can jump and collect all this goodness. So it looks like we do have a Warbear to take on who has the key that we're looking for. So let's get another battle in and see if we can take this one out. All right, here we go. So again, if we take a look at their team, it looks like they have the same thing that we got going on. They got a tank alongside a DPS and a support base unit here. So again, we're going to lead off with the AoE attack. We're going to try to take in as much damage as possible here and possibly focus down the, I think I'm going to go for the Bucktooth Squirrel, since he looks like he's going to be one of the biggest damage dealers here. Again, I'm going to save this for Astrid, even though her turn's not up, which is fine. I'm just looking to do as much damage as possible. Let's see if the Roar AoE taunt works. Ooh, that's going to hurt a little bit. We just got resisted all day, so I guess we're just going to have to make up for it by Mini Ming and his epic heals here. So I'm going to go ahead and use that second skill, again, to provide the direct heal, and we're going to go ahead and keep him up. Let's see who is going to be up next here. So now Astrid is looking to come up. I think I want to work down this floating eye. Why do I choose that one? Again, right above me, as you can see, we have a little bit of an elemental advantage. We're going to do a little bit more damage on him. And so I think I'm going to use my first skill, which is going to be enough to take him out. And what we're going to do is essentially use our second skill to take out possibly the Relic Bear so that we can go ahead and not worry about any more kind of taunts that may be coming our way. Let's see. It looks like the Warbear is up right now, so let's go ahead and just work on the tank. Let's bring him down so we don't get taunted anymore. One of the cool things about the Warbear is he has an attack break alongside his second skill. So not only is he going to be able to do some decent damage, but he also decreases the amount of damage that the enemy will be doing to your teammates here. So taking a look at this next attack, it looks like we have the Astrid ready to go. We're going to focus down that Relic Bear, see if we can get the one shot, which we did. And now we're going to move on to the last one here. I feel like we could just go ahead and use our regular attacks to take him out. Let's go ahead and provide the meter to our Astrid to give her that first turn, use her attack, and go ahead and take this one out, no problem. The key has dropped and now it's time to collect it. Let's go ahead and get the action in. As you guys can see, there is one of our 3 Phantom Gate fragments that we're looking for that we're going to be able to use in order to get ourselves through the end of the stage. So let's go ahead and collect it. Let's go ahead and move our way down and put in the key so we can figure out what it opens. As you guys can see on the bottom right, it looks like it opens this boulder here. So let's go ahead and move our way on and let's see what we could do here. All right, it looks like that's basically what we needed to finish the stage. So again, this is just one part of the stage that we have to work our way through. There's going to be a lot of different obstacles that we have to deal with. And of course, different types of phantoms or creatures that will be around the stage. We'll have to collect specific pieces in order to get ourselves through the stage and move on to that boss. Now let's say for whatever reason you're not able to finish the stage and you have to take a break. All you have to do is click on the pause button on the top right. You can save your game and go back to Phantomheim, which is basically where we started at the beginning of this video. So the first building we'll take a look at here is this hero building on the left side. Now again, Astrid is the main hero that we're going to be starting out with, and we have to have at least one hero in our party. One of the things that will be mentioned as well throughout the game is that once we are leveling up our units, we're going to be getting different types of phantoms. We have over 300 phantoms in the game. Even though you may get a new one, it might be a really good one that you want to level up all the way and max it out. You won't be able to max it out any higher than your current hero. So that's something to keep in mind as you are working on your specific phantoms here, okay? So all of those different heroes we're going to be able to collect along the way. As of right now, though, we just start out with Astrid. Now, moving on to the next one, which is the phantoms. Like I said before, this is we have over 300 different phantoms that we can go ahead and collect, and this is where we're going to be able to take a look at not only the phantoms that we own, but also the ones that we can create. Over the course of the gameplay, you're going to be able to collect different phantom essences, and once you get a specific amount, you can go ahead and summon your different types of phantoms. So as you guys can see, we have the sloth essence right here in the middle, and we do have enough here, so we're going to be able to create phantom and then use this one in our party if we choose to do so. It's a 1-star unit that we're going to start out with, and if I recall correctly, this is actually one of the bosses that we have to take on early on in the game here, so he's actually quite the difficult person. All right, next one up here is one I know you guys are going to be excited about. If you are into gacha games, we have ourselves the summon building, which we're going to be able to take a look at here. Now, it looks like you can buy, or you can basically do 2 types of summons. You got the premium summons, which you're going to use premium currency for. That's the gems on the top part of your screen. And then, of course, with the gold that you have in the game, you're going to be able to do some normal summons. And so let's go ahead and take a look at what we got available. I currently don't have 600 to do a ×10 summon here, but we did get a free summon that were available, and this is one that we could do. We got the Wizard Essence. Okay, so I don't know if that's enough to go ahead and summon it, but we'll go ahead and check it out a little bit later. Now, again, one of the cool things about this is if you do get a ×10 summon, as you can see up the top, once you get your 10 premium summons in, you'll have the chance to get yourself a 3 to 6 star bonus phantom. So like I said before, I actually already did a ×10 summon, and I went ahead and pulled myself a 4-star version of Mini-Ming. This is a little bit more evolved than the original Mini-Ming that we started out with. This was my bonus summon that I obtained after that ×10 premium summon here. So we're going to jump into some of the stats on this unit, and then of course we'll take a look at the evolution tree, which is probably one of the coolest things when it comes to customization of your specific phantoms here. So on the right side of the screen, you will see the combat power here. If we click the magnification button on the right, you will see the detailed info on its current stats as well as the improved stats if you get specific items, so you know that you can go ahead and improve those. On the bottom there as well, we have the 3 types of skills that it's going to start out with, and then of course if you want a little detail on how they work or what they scale off, we're going to be able to click that magnification button on the bottom right in order to get those details that we're looking for. So now, the biggest thing about this game, one of the coolest things about it, is the evolution tree. This is what you're going to be using as you progress your specific phantoms and want to customize them that much more. As you evolve them, you can take a look right now. The one that I got, what initially when we started out this game was a 1-star phantom, but the bonus one that I obtained is currently a 4-star one, and the next evolution that I'm going to be able to do is going to allow me to make this very, very unique. Not only will I get a different look on the unit, but it will also change the element and thereby some of the stats that could possibly improve the overall function of that unit. So I'm pretty excited to see where this game is going to go, and any and all customization features for your units is obviously going to pay dividends when you basically take on some of the harder content of the game. Okay, let's go ahead and check a look at the, I think the next building is going to be the what they call the Yggdrasil. This is like a world tree, so to speak. This is our achievement area that we're going to be able to obtain some specific rewards if we collect certain certain pieces, certain essences of those phantoms here. So the first one that we have available is Midgard. So we're going to go ahead and hop into there. As you can see, this is episode 1. We have different types of units that we can collect certain pieces on. Mini-Ming is probably the one that I've worked a little bit. And as you can see, I've collected enough pieces to go ahead and claim 30 gems over here. So this is really cool because not only can we collect some rewards for us in order to just use for regular summons or just, you know, refill our energy, but we also can get some stats, as you can see on the bottom right side of the screen, in order to prove our hero stats. They will be permanently increased. So it definitely gives you a reason to clear any and all content that you currently have, so that you can improve your hero as much as possible here. So this is only one of many stages that we're going to be able to take a look at. Everything else is currently locked right now, so we're going to be working our way through that content as we progress through the game. So as far as the rest of the buildings go, we don't have anything available just yet. One of the things that I'm currently working on is the Shrine of Freya. So right now I have to collect 9 pieces in order to open this up, which from what I understand is essentially a place we're going to be able to get some daily quests done in order to receive some additional rewards here. So I'm working on that right now, and I need to also clear a little bit more in the stage, or a little bit more in my progression, so that I can get the arena open. As you guys can see, we have this building, the arena, that hasn't been open just yet, but I'm hoping it's going to open really soon, because I'm looking to see that PvP content. For the last part of the video, I want to showcase the 3 different types of resources that we can obtain throughout the game, and of course how we go about using them. So obviously you guys already know about the gold and the gems, as we stated before, but the Phantom Essences, the purple gem, is one that we haven't talked about. So if you go back into your Phantoms building and click on one of your units, let's say we take a look at our giant per se, we can use those Phantom Essences to thereby level up our specific Phantoms that we're looking to improve a little bit quicker. So as I stated before, our hero, even though it's at a certain level, if we get a new unit, especially like a rare one per se, we can level it up with these Phantom Essences, but they cannot go any higher than our current hero. So just in case you are looking to improve that, that is going to be the way to go. But either way, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to give me a thumbs up, and I want to give a huge shout out once again to Netmarble for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.